Twitching his lips, Zhou Yan's right hand tightly gripped the rod as his body moved slightly and twisted over. The metal rod left his hand and became a black shadow, ferociously shooting toward the figure flying towards him. HMPH. Seeing that Zhou Yan had actually dared to attack him, the figure coldly snorted. His hands curled into claws and fiercely waved in front of him. The thick green chi formed a few pale green wind blades. Raising his finger, the wind blades left his hands and cut the metal rod into over 10 pieces. To have such a ruthless heart despite being so young? Today, I shall teach you a lesson in Zhou Zan's stead. The figure coldly laughed after cutting the metal rod into pieces. Within both of his palms, green chi was being quickly gathered. A cyclone gathered under his legs and lifted him into the air. Like a cannon, he threw himself towards Zhou Yan. A pale green wind blade appeared just as he waved his palm and explosively shot toward Zhou Yan. The air pressure originating from the wind blades blew the ground free of any dirt. Teach me a lesson. Who do you think you are? You should discipline your son first. Zhou Yan shook his head and smiled coldly. From the attribute of the Qi, he had recognized the figure to be Jia Liao's father, Jia Li Bai. Zhou Yan watched the wind blades that were shooting towards him with a calm face. When they were 5 meters from his head, Zhou Yan violently struck his palm in the direction of the ground. A shapeless burst of air was released and upon coming into contact with the ground, pushed Zhou Yan's body into the air. He somersaulted in the air and landed on an empty piece of land dozens of meters away. The wind blades missed. With a clang, many deep scars were left on the hard rock surface of the ground. Father, kill him. Seeing the figure who swooped down, Jia Liao's face was filled with unrestrained happiness as he viciously cried. Landing on the ground, Jia Li Bai darkly glimpsed at Jia Liao's hand. His face slightly tensed and a cold killing intent appeared in his eyes. Without replying, he pushed off from the ground and once again frenziedly rushed at Zhou Yan. Let me see just how great this genius of the Zhou clan really is. Only a short time had passed from the appearance of Jia Li Bai to the hurried retreat of Zhou Yan. The crowd recognized Jia Li Bai and began to boo, she had launched a sneak attack at